Hey guys, it's Tara. I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I believe that schools should require school uniform amongst the school systems today. So, wearing a school uniform has become a diet off trend amongst the school systems today. According to Today magazine, 19% of public schools require school uniform. That's about 1 in 5 public schools. Education psychologist Michelle Borba believes uniforms are a good idea due to them being an emotional safety at school when it is a pivotal point for learning for students amongst that age. Some of the reasons why schools should be requiring uniform is for the emotional effect, financial effect, and the academic effects it brings. According to the Journal of School Violence, it notes that the use of uniforms in schools can have an emotional effect on students. When thinking about it, not many students have enough money to buy new school uniforms every single year, and it leads to many students not being able to have different outfits that they will wear to school every single day. And so most of them tend to wear the same outfit more than once a week, and it also turns into a bullying situation where students are bullied for what they're wearing and how they're wearing it and stuff like that. And it also tears down students because that could be their way of self-expressing themselves. And because that somebody else doesn't believe that their self-expression is right, it tears them down and makes them feel sad about themselves. Wearing a uniform and having everybody wear the same thing allows students to better focus on school and education rather than what they're wearing every single day for school. They're able to look at the student next to them and say, wow, like they're dressed just like me, and they won't compare themselves to the person right next to them because they're all wearing the same exact thing. Most schools reported that have a 76 or more rate of students that were eligible for free or reduced lunch had to wear a uniform. This could be because due to them knowing that not every family has enough money to pay for students to have new school clothes and new school backpacks and stuff like that. So it brings down the rate of bullying, in my opinion. Also, as you could tell, that with the 76% of the families that are eligible for free or reduced lunch, you could tell that these areas are more lower class, and the lower class areas are more affiliated with gangs. And whenever you're requiring uniform, there's less gang affiliated colors going around the school. So students are also more likely to attend school and feel safe in their schools because they're not affiliated with the gangs and stuff like that around in their school on a day-to-day basis. Public schools located in cities reported they require kids to wear a uniform as well, and this could be due to big cities like LA being affiliated with gangs. I found a post from the LA Times stating that school uniforms reduce gang activity in LA schools because students were not able to wear gang colors to school, decreasing the presence of gang affiliations. It also mentioned that due to the decrease of gang affiliations, there was an increase in actual school attendance amongst the students. When requiring school uniform, you have everybody wearing the same thing. You have more students that are more likely to feel comfortable and safe in their schools. You don't have a fashion contest. You don't have bullying going on. It's just a better situation for schools and for younger students to better achieve what they want whenever they go to school. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Garrick, and today I'm going to talk to you why I believe having a school uniform should be mandatory for schools K through 12. We're going to be talking about two major subjects today. Security and safety is one, and the other one is academics. So there's been a lot of school shootings lately. You look at the one in Stoneman Douglas where the kid just walked onto campus with wearing a black trench coat and just carrying multiple guns. That school I believe, did not enforce a school uniform, and it could have been prevented if this happened. Maybe having a school uniform enforces a more disciplined school, which it would make it more easier to find him, stand out in between everyone else. Because that was a big problem. They said after the media reports, they said he was blending in the crowd, and that's how he vanished away. So that could easily prevent that issue. It would also make it hard for gang members to spread around in the schools because they would be forced to wear the school uniforms and not forced to express their gang colors. There would also be less theft going on because everyone would be wearing the same clothes. You're not allowed to wear, certain jewelry and stuff. So jewelry would not be getting stolen and stuff like that. Like book bags won't be getting stolen either. And the last one under this subject would be it would prevent students from being able to conceal weapons. Like I said with the Stoneman Douglas example, he was easily able to conceal an assault rifle, which is very big. It's pretty big. He was easily conceal it and blend in with the crowd right after he did the mass shootings, just because everyone else was not wearing a uniform, and he blended in. So that's safety and security behind wearing a school uniform. I believe if it was enforced for Stoneman Douglas over the years, then maybe the school shooter probably would never have gone on the campus, or maybe the security would be good since they were all wearing uniforms, and then no crimes would happen. The next subject I'm going to touch on is the academic side of it. So this last decade, we've become very flamboyant on trends and paying the big price on what's cool out there in terms of clothing. And I know when I was going to high school, kids wanted the new pair of Jordans that came out every month, and they would flaunt it at school. And if you didn't have the pair, you were considered broke or whatever. So I feel as if these schools had a mandatory dress code, there'd be no distractions when it came to what Timmy's wearing, for example, over there. They'd be more focused on what the teacher is saying and the lesson going on. And I did research, and there are studies that show schools that enforce the uniform show that there's less violence, less noise in the classroom, and the vandalism decreases as well. This is all because they're not distracted from social media influences to what they're wearing, because they can't. They're forced to not wear stuff like that, because with the uniform, that all decreases, and it's much better for everyone. Let's see what else here. Test scores will go up as a result. So if test scores go up, that means these schools can get extra funding from the state to explore extra curricular activities such as clubs and stuff, instead of getting all this money for academics, because if they test well, they'll go better in places, and the school will get a better rep, which will be ultimately is a win-win for both sides. And yeah. Oh, actually, this is the very last point too. It actually increased attendance having a school uniform, because kids were not getting picked on since everyone's wearing the same stuff. There's been reports out there that kids were getting bullied for having, worn beat up shirts, or shirts that are very old and not trendy anymore. So with that enforced, everyone's much safer and more academically friendly. So thank you for your time. Thank you.